What's going on, everybody? This is Brandon with the Waterfowl Life, checking back in with you. Now, the second video is going to be more of just kind of like a tutorial, more of kind of suggestions of keeping up with the maintenance of your equipment, your decoys, your laydowns, your all different types of blinds, your Texas rigs, your jerk rigs, making sure all that stuff is in working order, and making sure your decoys, are clean, aren't all gunked up with all the mud and everything, or any of the crap from the previous year of hunting. So here is, the B2 Bigfoot. They do have these big old wild paddles on them. But, these B2 Bigfoots, they are more just of your, the Bigfoot out in the field. Just looking like a regular goose walking through a cornfield, bean field, walking up to a pond, whatever. This right here, this right here is my Dakota decoy. These are my shells. These are the shells that I have from Dakota Decoys. These are awesome shells. What I really like, they have very good detail on the back and then on the sides here, where like a goose butt would be, or towards the end, they have that whiteness, or that white spot. I have it on both sides, and then the head's just kind of flocked up, looking around like what's going on, or there's even some of the heads in there where the geese are leaning down to get something to eat. Now also, okay, so this was a purchase I was very nervous about making. It's a company called Dive Bomb Industries. They're silhouettes and socks, for speckle bellies, snows, and even Canadians. But I was nervous about making this purchase because it's like, man, how well do they work? Are they worth the price? And then after looking at it and looking at, the quality of them, the overall amount for the price for, per number of decoys that you got, it was actually a really good deal. Definitely check them out. Dive Bomb Industries. Just kind of give you all an update. More decoys coming in within the next couple weeks. A company called Bulk Decoy. It's a decoy company that I've kind of been hesitant about, trying out and checking into, but I've been seeing some good reviews about them, and especially on the decoys and the quality of the decoys. So I want to go ahead and give it a test, make a small purchase, 12, 24 decoys, maybe a little more, just to kind of see, are they worth the price? So this is a silhouette for the Canadians. Canadian geese. I mean, like if you just kind of like stand off back in the distance with these things, I mean, they look awesome. I mean, if you are driving by, I did it myself. I thought there was a massive group of geese off in this field, and I'm like, holy cow, look at them. Just look at them. Look at like they got, just look at it. Just look at it. All you can do is just look at it. So, but anyways, I was just like, holy moly, man. Like, there's a crap ton of geese out there. I put up my binoculars on them, and I'm looking, and I'm like, them are geese. Those are just silhouettes. So, yeah, had a little bit of a blind moment myself. Don't judge. Don't think you're better than me, because we've all had that moment where we're sitting there, we're like, man, look at that. Yeah, look at that. Don't you? I don't know what you're talking about. Never happened. I didn't say anything like that. No. But anyways, back to the video. Okay, also just to let everybody know, these also were Dakota Decoy shells as well. They're a little bit older. They're not their brand new models. I mean, this decoy is when I first started out. Not first started out, but like, they were a gift, and they were more towards when I was actually starting to get serious into duck hunting. So yeah, but those are Dakota decoys. These here, This is AVNX duck decoys. I've got these in mallards, and also I picked up a couple sets of pintails. So I'm running, basically my spread is mallards and pintails. For that reason, I talked to a buddy of mine, and he was like, well, Brandon, he's like, are you trying to hunt bigger birds, medium birds? What are you trying to hunt? And I was like, well, mallards and pintails. But if I can get a red eye or a golden eye or something like that, or a canvasback, to come through, shoot, yeah, I'll take a canvasback or, golden eye or something like that. And he tells me, well, usually we have better luck shooting over, the bigger bird decoys. I said, okay, so stick with, my gadwalds, my mallards, my pintails, canvasbacks, stuff like those birds. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'll do that. Thanks for the heads up. He goes, no problem. And sure enough, this past year, after I went out and made a big purchase on these AVNX decoys, I'm so glad I did, because, I'm not going to lie. These decoys, we call them fill decoys, they don't have a lot of detail to them, but they're good for just fillers, making them look like ducks on the water. But when birds start getting in, you want, if y'all know, gosh dog, but you want that detail, let's just look. The details on these things is unreal. To me, it was worth the price. To me, it was worth paying out that pretty penny. AVNX is a more expensive decoy. Good detail, good quality. I can't deny it. But there's that. If y'all want to come with me, and on these jerk rigs, making sure that, everything, hold on, forgive me, trying to operate, the camera by yourself, and then trying to, mess with things and trying to do this and that when you think, oh yeah, I'm done with that set, so now I'm gonna move on to my next set, and then you try to do something extra before you think about it. Yeah, think about it before you do it, because then you look like a downright goofball. But yeah, these jerk rigs, try to get a close up on them here. But yeah, the jerk rigs here, and they have these little, here, I gotta pull up the duck. So, I don't know if y'all can see that little clip there and everything. Make sure all that stuff is working. None of it's bent, nothing's broken or anything like that. Also, so, right here we got a Sitka lay down blind. These blinds are awesome. We got an amazing deal on it. An amazing deal. Also, this blind right here, this one, I'd pull it out, but it is just, there's so many freaking stuff. There's so much stuff in the storage unit. But this blind, this black bottom that you see, that is a waterproof bottom. So basically, with that blind, if I want to, I can go throw it in at the edge of the water and set up in some grass. I can go sit in the field and not worry about when it downpours and the water's rushing downhill, because hey, that's waterproof. And I don't have to worry about getting wet. That other one, the Sitka, that's the only thing that I kind of have to worry about. But besides that, gosh, honestly, both lay-down blinds are amazing. The one's the Sitka tingle-free, Sitka, camo. Again, this thing right here is awesome. I love it. This one right here, I picked up at Cabela's. My girlfriend got it for me. This is the Final Approach blind. For the price, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's still an awesome blind. I'll show you guys what, when we get closer into, opening early season for geese. I don't know if I'm gonna be going out and going into a laydown and hunting the private properties that I have, or I may go and with a couple buddies, and possibly may do some guiding. So, but we'll find out as we get closer. So, but yeah, so that's all my stuff. You know, make sure that, you know, if you have heaters, if you have stove tops, go through all that stuff. Make sure it's working. You know, and if you have any issues or anything like that, start making those little preparations so that way you can plan ahead for those new purchases, or what parts you may have to get to fix them, and so forth and so forth as you go on down the list. You know, when I check my Texas rigs, I make sure they're not, you know, they're not cut or nothing like that, or frayed, which, I mean, like, these things, I mean, it's pretty hard to tear them up, but it's doable. Make sure those clips aren't busted or bent or destroyed. My Bigfoots, you know, I go through and I make sure that, you know, the feet aren't busted, you know, the heads are stayed on, they're not, you know, nothing's, it's kind of crazy, but the heads on these things screw on, and it's, I don't know. I was thinking when I bought them, they just kind of like, you know, snap on or something, but not the case. So yeah. But so today I washed up the decoys. I went through, checked my heaters, made sure they were operating, you know, made sure they were in good condition. I checked the stovetop, the two stovetops that I take out with me to the blinds. So that way, after I come out of the marsh, or after I come out of the fields, I can cook me something to eat. But this year, I will say this year, I'm pretty stoked because I gotta double check with the landowners now, but I'm pretty stoked. I think I may get to put some blinds on these fields. Normally they were fine with just the lay down blinds because I wasn't putting any structure or anything like that on the property. I'm gonna give it a go, and I'm gonna try and see if they'll let me build some blinds, some stand-up blinds out there, and that I can brush in. Because if that's the case, holla, because I won't have to leave. I'll be able to eat, put the heaters in, you know, and operate those without having to worry about burning my crotch. We don't have to go into that. That's another story. But anyways, so this is all of my gear, everybody. So, you know, I got sleds in there. I've got so much gear in there, and I try to make sure I go through all of my stuff and make sure it's in good shape, so that way it performs and I get, you know, the bang for my buck, and I have my stuff for a while. Also, shout out to Serviceside. I'm a field staff member there. I love it with Serviceside. Awesome group of guys. If you ever have a chance, check out their shirts. They got decals. They got all different types of stuff. Check out their videos. They got field staff. It's what I like to do, and I like to share this. This is my passion. This is my love for this. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I would not trade this for nothing. You know, here I am at night, and you know, it was, I made some videos earlier. It was so hot. I was sweating through them like a stuck hog on an open fire. I mean, I was sweating, and I had sweat in my eyes. My eyes were burning. I'm sitting here like, yeah. No, I was not having it. I was ready to be done with that video. But again, I hope you all enjoy the video. I hope you all enjoy the content. Smash the subscribe button, hit that like, so that way you guys can be notified as to when I make more videos. And until next time, I hope you all take care. I hope you all find this helpful. If you guys have any more questions or any comments, drop them down below, and I'll check them out. I'll keep up to date. I like to keep up to date with that stuff, so that way if anybody has any questions or any comments, I can take it as a learning experience, or I can try to help y'all or whoever learn something new. And so, but anyways, this is Brandon with the Waterfowl Life. Good Lord. Anyways, checking out. Y'all have a good one. Take care.